to know if I go into a battle, I have God Almighty on my side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So why are we struggling during the battle? All right, let me get in the word here. I want to show you two warriors from God. I'm going to start with David, because David is one who penned this saying here about God is the victory. Because David was a man of war. David knew how to go to battle, and he went to battle for God. See, David, I already talking about, he don't took, if you take and come and mess with one of his lamb, David said, I go after a bear and a lion, because you have touched something that belongs to God. It wasn't his lion, it wasn't his lamb. You touched something that belongs to God. David said, I believe that God will deliver me from the hand of that bear. He said, I'm not afraid of it, because I know God will what? Deliver me from that bear. Yeah. Then David also, as he got victory, and he also faced this giant that I talked about last week called Goliath. And David was not afraid to go against Goliath. And everyone else in the army of Israel was afraid to tackle Goliath, to deal with that spirit. That spirit is an intimidating spirit. Right. He intimidated them because how strong, how big he looked. And they was afraid of him. And they never went to fight him. And David looked at them real and said, y'all, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all Christians? How are you going to sit here and let a non-believer who's just going to intimidate you, and you have God Almighty on the inside of you? What are your battles? So let's look at this. And now I'm going to talk about this other king of Israel named Jehoshaphat. And Jehoshaphat he served God. He was, and three nations came against him all at the same time.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to see that he was afraid, but when he became afraid, he went and did what we all should do. He went to talk to God, and he said, we're going to fast as a congregation, because the power of God is the only thing that can defeat his enemy, these enemies in our lives.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to just show you that. Just stay still. We'll be all right. All right. So, hey, let's go to 1 Samuel 17. Let's look at David here for a few minutes. Kind of left off here last week. Verse 45 and 47. David, if you look and read and just go back and put in your notes, and I hope you're taking notes, man. If you really want to get in the lift, because you won't remember everything. Amen. But you need to take notes on what I'm saying today and go back and study and meditate on these notes. Watch this. I'm not going to read it, but if you go read verse 43 and 44, Goliath, this giant, pretty much, he tried to intimidate David, even with his words about destroying him. Now, I'm going to start at verse 45, and watch how David, how he take this intimidating spirit. Look at what he does with this spirit. Verse 45, then said David to this Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword, and a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts. And this word host means that the Lord of hosts, Jehovah Sabaoth. He said, I come to you in that spirit of God. Watch this. Then he says, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. Verse 46, he said, this day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee and take thy head from thee. And I will give the carcasses to the host of the Philistines this day, unto the fowls of the air, and the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth, watch this, may know that there is a God in Israel. See, it wasn't about David winning. Amen. It was about the reputation of David, God, that he wanted everyone to know that there is a God that lives in Israel, And everyone, you need to let people know there's a God that lives in you.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why David wasn't intimidated by the spirit of this struggle. He wasn't, the odd was against David. David was not even in the army. God, he has not been trained. If you go back and read a couple more verses up before that, when he decided that he was going to battle, the king of Israel at the time was named Saul. He said, if you're going to go, he says, I'm scared to go. I'm going to give you my armor to protect you to go. And they put it on David, and David was like, wait a minute.